T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Let's just keep honest people honest.
Marie Teresa.
Thaddeus RV.
Elena Sandovici.
Lauren Luna.
Rodney D. Butler.
Hugo Perez.
Amy Cummins.
Flux the Artist.
Lex Simone.
Brandy Unst.
Amy Malkin.
Jean Barron.
Teresa L. Staley.
And Monique LaRue. The next artist I met on my art journey was Flux the Artist. We ran into each other at a Pancakes and Booze art show and then became friends on social media. Later in 2019, he ended up coming to work at my solo show because I needed a few extra hands that night. And since then, we've developed a pretty good camaraderie together. And we often share some morbid humor together, which you're gonna need and gonna have to understand and really dive into his art and focus on his message as an artist.
Question one, and all right. I am Flux, the artist. I consider myself a visual hip-hop artist. Haven't really done much. Got an Instagram and a website. That's about it.
What do you like or love about the Houston art scene to why you want to be a part of it, continue to dive deeper into it, and like, what do you love about it?
I guess the camaraderie. Every time I typically hang around spots, like I've shown at Party and Nance a couple times, and like the resident artists, I talk to most of them, and they're all fucking chill. Like everyone around here seems to be really relaxed and easygoing, and like open to help share whatever they have in their heads in exchange for you sharing whatever's in your head. A nice community, I suppose you could say. I like the communal feeling. It's just very Texas, I suppose you could say. I don't know.
The next question is, where did you get your first art start or first art show, something like that, to where it happened in Houston and you were like, yeah, this is the start of me doing this?
That would be Pancakes and Booze 2018. Yeah. I think I was at the fall show first. Oh, no, it was the summer show. Yeah, I showed Pancakes and Booze 2018, and I sold my first piece there.
How do you feel about being an artist during COVID-19 and the current events of 2020? I know it's a loaded question.
Not necessarily. Being an artist, well, seeing as how I have minimal success, it's all the same to me. It seems like it would be harder to be profitable just because so many people are out of work, and buying, tangible pieces of somebody's mind and soul is probably going to take a back seat to necessities like food and shit like that this year. I noticed, I guess, when like shit started lifting for a while, I had to run to the craft store to get some stuff. And like my friend had to go to the he had to go get some tools one time, and he told me like when he went to the tool spot, he said there was a lot of shit missing. And like when I went to the craft store, there was a lot of shit missing. So like one really good positive thing about like this year is like everyone's staying, like everyone being cooped up. They're like realizing what talents they have, and they're being creative, and they're like creating things, which is like, you know, really good, because once people realize that human beings are inherently creators, I feel like that'll spark like a positive change amongst the mass psyche. And it was really good to see like a whole bunch, and it wasn't just like a whole bunch of like one thing. It was like a whole bunch of like everything was fucking missing. Like, there was a bunch of stuff that was just completely cleaned off the store shelves, and it's like it's nice to know that people are like taking this time to explore like their creative sides.
I agree with Flux about using creativity during this time. It is indeed a time. And during his shoot, we decided it would be cool to let him explain some of his artwork in his own words so we can share it with you.
Alright, I'll provide some quick ones. So this was made because of that stupid fucking banana piece.
Art Basalt.
So, yeah. I painted exactly what I thought of it, and then I was like, just slap the fucking tape over it. I really like psychedelics, and they help me a lot, so I painted this to represent my love of LSD, because when you're feeling depressed and shit,
there it is.
LSD and there you go. Nice and happy. I guess I got some more up here. No real explanations for these, just, you know, I like psychedelics.
You like bright colors.
Yeah. This is like my favorite thing that I've done. I'm doing a series called Low C. It's like a bunch of like Houston like drug-related high C flavors, but it's called Low C because of codeine. And most of them are on like small little mini canvases, but I really fucking love Travis Scott and the Astroworld album that he dropped. So I made an Astroworld flavor, and it's actually like 3D, and the cool thing is like you can follow this line, and it actually comes behind, and it goes all the way back here, back to the front. It goes around the little roller coaster, and it goes through the door. And I gotta fix this, but the door's supposed to have like a strip of paint that comes down. It got cold, and it snapped in half, but it comes here, and then it splits, and then like the red and the blue go up the sides,
really
and
cool.
meet back to the
eye.
eye.
Dimension and within dimension within dimension.
And then it goes through the mouth, and then comes right back out here. So, and then this glows under a UV light. So,
okay.
Yeah, there's that. I made this shortly after the quarantine started. This was made within like the first week of the quarantine. It's called Get the Fuck Off the Dance Floor. Clearly it's little people dancing around in their own filth. COVID is in the background. And just like Nancy turns. And the disco ball actually turns. And I turned the little sparkles. I got the ISS, and then just some random satellite flying around. But yeah, so.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
What do you think the world needs more of in this time?
That creative energy, for sure. You and I talked about this beforehand, and empathy was stated by pretty much everyone, which is good. Empathy is definitely like needed. I would say, like, above all else, I think self-education and exploration are most needed. I feel like people need to
take the time to really
fully embrace and know like who and what they are.
What do you think or feel that we need less of in this time?
Government. I guess, blind eye, head-turning attitudes. Like, I feel like this is the time where people can really open their eyes to a lot of things. Like I was saying with, like, education and stuff, like, now's the time where people can truly educate themselves on a lot of issues and things that are going on. And, I feel like, I don't know, a lot of people don't want to because they just, you know, it either doesn't directly affect them or they just, like, they don't want to acknowledge it, so they'll just, like, you know, turn their heads or whatnot. I feel like we need less of that. Less distractions, too. I feel like...
less media?
Yeah,
less
and
marketing.
really, it's less a misuse of the media. Like, because social media, to me, is like a very powerful tool. It's just like the internet. But it gets misused and it's been infiltrated by those corporate punts. So, but we need, like, I guess, less distractions, less intrusive, like, policy. Like, that's one thing that, like, I'm fearful about with all, like, the COVID shit. It's government policies becoming pretty intrusive, but I don't know. We need less of a lot of stuff.
But what is Flux, the artist's message to the world?
My message to the world. I feel like my mantra. I feel like I always say, like, diversity is a necessity for civilization to thrive. Like, we have to, like, diversify and, like, expand what we, like, know, share what we know, meet as many different people as you can, like, learn as many different things as you can learn, and try as much shit.
Diversify your experiences. Just be willing to
live
dive
life
into
like
different things.
Like, yeah, like, I always try to, like, I kind of try to live my life like a jack of all trades, or, like, I tell people I like to approach things like a Swiss Army knife. Like, you can, like, I like to do a little bit of everything. I like to do a lot of stuff good enough to do it, but, like, I don't like to specialize in things. And it's like, that's not a mindset for everybody, but I feel like if everybody takes that mindset with learning people, like, not necessarily doing things with your hands or whatnot, but if you take a Goldilocks approach to learning just, like, about humans and humanity and people, I feel like the world is pretty dope.
Like Flux mentioned in his interview, a key to life is meeting lots of people, diversifying yourself, your surroundings, and your skills. Flux has even opened my mind and my own perspective through just conversations with him. I enjoyed my time on the north side, kicking it with them, but it was time to head back to the heart of Houston to a local studio community downtown in the Arts District. I met this next artist at an event during my mentorship in 2019, so we're getting close to 2020. She's very unique, enlightened, and insightful as well, and I can't wait for you guys to meet this next Houston artist.